My name is Nyree, and today I'm going to talk to you about when the hugs don't feel quite right. So when the affection that your child has given to you just doesn't feel quite right, and they feel a little bit awkward and you feel a little bit awkward. Now this might be near the beginning of your adoption journey, or it might be that you've been adopting your child for some time and those hugs still don't feel quite right. And I would say for one of our sons in particular, that is the case, that there's still that certain, not nervousness, but awkwardness about the touch and feel that we have together when we hug. It's almost like the body goes a little bit tense. Now, there could be several reasons for that, of course, especially if your child's had lots of changes and has become more guarded with their affections. But common reasons, of course, why a child may not give freely with their affection is that they have been abused before and affection has not been given freely before. So if they've been sexually abused, then affection can be wrongly interpreted as something else. Or if they've been physically abused, then they're going to be fearful of touch. And there are other reasons, such as sensory reasons. Some children that have childhood conditions or find touch difficult, so sometimes they want you to touch them more firmly, and sometimes they seem to want touch to be more light. So our other son, he seems to find that touch can sometimes hurt even when you're just fairly gently touching. Now, for one of the placements that we had when we were fostering, touch was a real issue because that child had been severely sexually abused, and so touch became confusing for her, and so we had to build in what would be touch that was appropriate for her. And so we had lots and lots of ways that we did that. So we used to take quite a long time over bathing, encourage her to have her hair washed slowly, lots of bubbles in the bath, and we used to play for a long time in the bath. We used to have lots of containers that we used to pour with, and she grew to love that bath time because it was safe touch. We would do some lengthy bedtime routines, and within that I would always make sure that I sat her on my lap to read a story so that she could have that closeness again, which was natural. And I used to find that she would start off a bit tense, but then gradually would relax more as the story time went on. I mean, the bedtimes and the bath times did take a long time, but it did work. There were other things that we used to do with moisturizers. We used to do some hand massage and sometimes some feet massage, although I couldn't really stand that very much. But she used to prefer to do massage on my hands because I noticed that she liked to have a really firm touch when she was pressing my hands, and sensory wise she didn't particularly like light touch. And so we were just building in these natural ways of showing affection. But if you have lots of opportunities for natural affection and touch in your routines, then this is going to really help. Role play aspects that allow you to get close and personal. So makeup might be one, but when you're getting into, playing with farms or vets or doctors or anything that you want a child to learn about, it means that you have to pass stuff to each other, you have to get involved with each other. Say you're playing shops, you've got to pass money to each other, and that all involves touch. So that's a really good way of building that up. So I hope you found that helpful, and if you think a channel that supports you with your adoption journey is going to be useful, then please take the time to subscribe. Thank you.